So I'm Greg Deters with St. Louis Distillery and our new product, Cardinal Sin Vodka. And so a little spiel on our vodka. We start with some two-row malted barley. The reason we use the barley is because it sort of gives it a little bit of the cereal sweetness, you might even say a butterscotch, and that's a character that we like to carry through our to our end product. We're not completely in the belief that vodka should be completely tasteless and odorless. We actually like a little bit of character. We use a little corn to clean it up. Too much barley is going to make it medicinal, so the corn really acts as a kind of a product that cleans it up a little bit. Of course, we ferment it, turn it into a nice wash. What we say kind of our process that makes us a little different is our recipe, the barley and corn, and the right combination of the barley and corn. The technology, we use a still from New Zealand. It uses a packed, structured packed column, and this structured pack copper packing comes from Germany. It's a very high-end packing. It allows us to get a lot more rectifications, which to the average Joe doesn't mean anything, but the important part of that is we can get to a final product with just one distillation and get a really, really pure and smooth product. The other part of our technology is our filtration. We use, my partner is kind of an inventor that has put together a really unique filtration process that kind of allows for a real nice mellowing of the product. We run it through two columns of coconut shell activated carbon, and we percolate it up rather than let it run down from the bottom, which keeps you from running through the same channels over and over. So as it percolates, it really fills up all the cracks in the carbon, which allows us, I think, to mellow our product and get a much smoother vodka. So the other part of our, so we got recipe technology, and then the other part I think is the process. We're a micro batch distiller, which what that means is we can really use both the art and science to separate the heads and tails, which are the really nasty alcohols that give you a headache. We like to say sin without remorse. So we use a little, you can have the sin, and by eliminating some of these heads and tails, which are really, if you were here to smell these, are really quite nasty, you would realize that those are not something you want to wake up with the next morning. So in the end, when we get all that said and done, we mix it with some ultra pure water. We filter our water 4 different ways. We don't use a particular type of water because we believe that we want to carry the character from the barley in the recipe rather than impart character from a particular water or some sort of spring water, which is fine, but for us, we'd rather bring the character from the grains rather than the character from the water. So we use a really highly ultra pure water. It's filtered 4 different ways, and we mix that, and we end up with our final product, which is Cardinal Sin. And I think, again, I've said it, but to try it, it's a really smooth product, and it's a little bit sweet on the back end. So it's not the ultra tasteless vodka. It's something with a little bit of character and a little bit different, and I think it's turned out really well. We're excited.